What is up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 122 of Special Conditions, the TCG podcast where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, October 26th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I am joined by my co-host, Ken Pescator. What is up?
What's up, dude? What's happening, man?
Not too much. I have a pack of Lost Origins in my hand, and I think we should just rip into it before anything.
Really?
I just want to open a pack of cards right now.
Well,
beginning of the show.
I'm packless. So yeah, we'll start off with a bang here, Adam. Start off with a bang. Come on.
We'll try. We've got a code card. PZMYCYMWWC L4M. Good luck, trainers. I got a Grass Energy, a Lickilily, Relicanth, Lost Vacuum, Bronzor, Snover, Jinx, Inkay, Squavette, Reverse Hollow is a Jinx, and a rare is a Greedent. Ugh.
Womp, womp.
Womp, womp. All right, that's how the rest of the show is going to go.
That's it. Thank you. Good night.
It's been a great show. Thanks for coming. No. So on today's show, we're going to talk. Adam had a team challenge I participated in. We'll get to that. Kyurem VMAX is our card of the week, and we're going to discuss some lists that got the top 3 finishes in Peoria, if that's how I say it right. I don't know. I just called it Peoria. We already ripped into the pack, so we're going to skip that part. Diglett is the featured art of the week. Take a look at some examples over the years. There's some pretty darn good ones. The TCG Live devs have put out new update on the beta progression. We'll give them a C for communication. The TCG, the live beta has been expanded to Germany. So steps in the right direction. And Robin from Limitless TCG put up an article with his hot take. So we'll look at that. Silver Tempest pre-orders have come down from Pokemon Center, but a few other boxes have gone up in the meantime.
It's a lot of product out.
What does this mean?
It means spend your money. Spend your hard-earned dollars.
They're just going to give out the new pre-orders for the next set. We haven't even got this set. Come on.
Comes out in summer of 2023. Pre-orders now.
All right. So really quickly, we're going to get into my team challenge that I did not this Tuesday, but it was the last Tuesday, and I played the off-the-shelf Shadow Rider Calyrex deck.
I love that you did this, by the way, because that's right up my alley.
And I said, you know what? I know this deck in and out. It does hold up, and I'm going to play it. I'm just going to see, because I didn't have time to like build a deck. Like, I got tagged on Facebook with the league leader from my local card shop, and I was just like, okay, I'll sign up. Signed up while, just trying to quickly be like, I know everything in the list, so I just, I knew it all by heart, so I put it all in, submitted it, went to work, rushed to get back, jumped on the computer, and I did well. There was 3 rounds. The first round, I donked my opponent. I went first. I attached an energy to my benched. Or no, they went first. They had Snorlax. I went second. I used Cresselia to put 3 energies down. And then I evolved into Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX the following turn. And then used Air Balloon. And I was able to one-shot a Snorlax.
They had no bench?
They had no bench.
Oh!
It was
it
was like a feels bad moment. And it's best of 1. So
wow.
I felt bad, but at the same time I was like, okay, I guess I won.
You got to take it where you can get it.
Right, and this is just for a spot on the team.
Right.
And so then the second round I was facing Palkia. Palkia with like Sobble and stuff, just water coming at me hot. You simply just go big and go with the small bench. And I was able to one-shot his Palkias multiple times. and he just couldn't come back from that.
Nice.
And then the third round, I faced the winner of the whole event. They were playing Zorora, the V-Star, or Zoroark, the new Hisuian Zoroark, which does 50 damage times the amount of Pokemon on your bench that have damage counters. So an easy 250 with their switch shenanigans that place damage counters on your Pokemon.
Right.
And then damage pumps and all this stuff to move them around. The game was mine. I had one prize left, and they had 2 prize cards left. I had boss's orders, one of their, I think, Crobats or just something random that had damage counters, knocked it out. And then it was up to them. I was like, they need to place a Pokemon on the bench, then they need to get damage counters on it in order to one-shot me. And instead, what did they play? They played Howlucha Radiant, which does...
What?
It says your active Pokemon does 30 more damage to Pokemon VMAXs. I was like, no flippin' way.
Wow.
I literally died from 10 hit points. I was like, no.
It's so funny because we talk about all the time, like, how big a difference can 10 hit points be?
Well, it's just, it doesn't even make sense. I was like, no way. Who plays that card? Apparently that deck plays that card. But it was literally like next turn I won if they couldn't knock me out. So it was a really good game. It was really close. And I almost took the whole thing with a deck off the shelves.
That's really cool.
So I really I know it was like kind of selfish, but I really just wanted to say I won with like the structure deck.
Sure.
I really just wanted to say that so bad.
Well, you almost did. You
almost. I came in second, so it's a thing.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place. That's still strong. But wait, is it only the first place person gets a spot on the team?
Correct.
Ah.
And there's four qualifiers for it, if you will.
Was that the first of 4? Or
that was the first of 4. The second one was this Monday at 6 p.m., which I can't make at all because I work. So I think the next one is going to be at 7 on a Tuesday again.
Okay.
So I'll be able to do that one. But let's talk about Kyurem.
Yes, Kyurem.
Is it Kyurem or
Kyurem. Well, any way you look at it, new cards come out and they typically have a little bandwagon effect and people use them and sometimes they do well. And I think that's what happened here with Peoria and, the release of Lost Origins. And then all of a sudden you have Kyurem, at the top of the leaderboard. So talk to me about Kyurem V and Kyurem V VMAX.
So Kyurem V is a whopping 220 V Pokemon. For 1 water energy, rapid freeze, attach any number of water energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. That is pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
If you go second, you can set yourself up. That's insane. That's such a good first attack. That is essentially, you can use it as an Arceus attack. The Trinity Nova, whatever it is, to get a bunch of energies down. So, that's really cool. But the main, and then for 3 energies, it does Frost Smash for 140. It's not worth it.
I would imagine by the time you have 3 energies on this thing, you're going to be VMAXed.
Yes. So this is where it shines. It has 330 hit points. It's water. It is ×2 weak to metal or steel, if you will. It's got a 3 retreat cost. It has an ability, Glaciated World. Once during your turn, you may discard the top card of your deck. If that card is a water energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon. Sounds like it's random and you'd never have that ability, but we'll get to that once we look at the deck. But that comes up more often than you'd think. For 3 waters, Max Frost, it does 120 damage. You may discard any amount of water energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 50 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. So you're doing 270 by discarding all 3.
Okay. Yep.
Which is really good.
Well, that way you could have a 230 hit point VMAX or V-Star with, some kind of tool on it. Even with an extra 20 hit points, you're still in the clear.
Yeah, and honestly, 320 pretty much cleans up any VMAX for the most part. So if you have 4 energies and you're able to get the Glaciated World to attach the 4th, you do 320 damage.
Yeah, you're taking pretty much everything out. Yeah.
Yeah, I like when there's no cap to how much extra damage you can do. It's always a feels good moment.
But I guess if you're going to be running all this energy, you're going to have to allot a lot of cards to the energies, and then you're going to have a way to pull them out of the discard if you're going to be discarding 4 or 5 energies a clip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me about the deck, because when I looked at the different lists that were in the top decks of Peoria, yeah, Kyurem was there, but there was a couple different variations, and then I searched online and I saw a couple different, different builds and different lists. So what are the cards that this will work with well, and how are people running this card now? What have you seen?
So I know we said Glaciated World, and it seems like it wouldn't come up, but you have cards like Orangaroo with Primate Wisdom and the Whap Down attack. But it's Primate Wisdom. Once during your turn, you may switch a card from your hand with the top card of your deck. So you can, before you do anything, you just be like, oh, I've got a water energy. Let me put it on the top of my deck. And then I'll use Glaciated World, attach that energy. So it's effectively using its ability so you can use the other ability to excel energy onto the board.
Interesting.
And so that's pretty much...
It's like self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's pretty much the deck there. You do have Palkia V-Star and Palkia. Palkia has the V-Star ability during your turn. You may attach up to 3 water energies and attach them from your discard to your water Pokemon in any way you like. So that's a free... I'm just going to attach 3 energies. So if you were able to get off the 1 attack and take some prize cards with that, and you have no more energy left, Origin Form Palkia is going to be the thing that gets you back in the game by being able to let you attack again.
Interesting. Now, I one thing I thought was unique, or at least kind of caught my eye when looking at some of these decks, was the difference of volume of the supporting cast, right? Like the one list has a 2/2 Palkia V Star line. The other deck I pulled out has a 1/1, but then in addition to the Orangaroo is running like Empoleon V, Lumineon V, Crobat V.
So all those cards are just support cards. So the Crobat V draws you cards. Lumineon V allows you to search your deck for a Melanie, an Irida, Boss's Orders. So, I mean, they're all supports. They all play Radiant Greninja, which discard an energy from your hand, draw 2 cards. Very, very good attack. Its ability. Empoleon is really good. Emperor's Eyes, as long as this Pokemon is in your active spot, your opponent's basic Pokemon have no abilities. Except for Pokemon with a rule box. So Pokemon Vs, Pokemon GX, anything like that. So that will stop a lot of stuff. So it stops Comfey, which is huge in the Lost Box. It stops Cramorant. Anything like that.
Oh, and the training court stadium is one of those things that can pull energy from the discard
back into your hand.
So that's obviously discarding the energy from the Kyurem's attacks, and then potentially with like you're saying, like a Lumineon or whatever, here's your way to get it back a little bit.
Yep. And then the supporters, hence the name, you have Melanie. Attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3 cards.
Yep.
So it's draw plus energy acceleration. And then you've got Irida, another supporter. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Reveal them and put it into your hand. So that's something that, like, if you needed a Radiant Greninja to help you draw through cards, you can do that. Because you're going to search for a water Pokemon and a tool card or an item card. So lets you go get Rotom Phone to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one of them, shuffle the other cards back into your deck, and then put that one card back on the top, so aka a water energy. You can go grab your cross switchers, Battle VIP Pass, Hisuian Heavy Ball, just a bunch of things to find all the pieces.
I like it. I mean, I saw some footage of the deck being played, and it seems. I just like when big plays can unfold, and it seems like this is one of those situations where, like, a bunch of different cards can all lead up to, like, a really exciting big turn where, like, big things can happen, and that's always fun to watch. So I'm sure it's fun to play.
Yes, yeah. It's one of those things where I don't know if it's something I want to build. I do really enjoy water Pokemon. But I think I would find some way to probably throw Frostmoth in there. I know it's kind of like a dead card, but I think it's okay.
And right now on TCG Player, you can grab a Kyurem VMAX for under $4. So
hey, that's a pack of cards.
I know.
No need to buy a pack.
It's like a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you do. You spend $4 a card that you know that you need for your deck, and then you just get them all in the mail, and you're like, wow, all these packs of cards had hits.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, but then you don't have the fun of tearing into foil and making a mess and having stacks and stacks and stacks of cards that you tell yourself that you're going to organize and never do. That's fun. All right, Adam, let's go over to Art of the Week, and this is a fun one. This week I chose Diglett, which definitely has a bunch of really cool examples. And, Kanto Pokémon, old school Pokemon, just by the nature of their release date, usually end up having a bunch of cards, and Diglett is no different. So one thing I always crack up with Diglett, especially with the release of Wiglet, is like what actually lives below the surface there. Like, is there a whole like humanoid body and this is just its head sticking up from its neck, like when you bury someone in the sand, right? Just their head sticking out. It's like there's a full body under there with arms and legs. But
the one from Skyridge does look like, it actually looks like a bird poking its head out of. Yeah, that's so weird.
All right, well, let's look at our first card, and you can see all these up on PokemonProfessor.com on the episode 122 blog, so definitely check that out. But the first one we're looking at here is from Crystal Guardians. The illustrator is Kyoku Umomato, and I just love this. This Diglett is looking a little like dressed, like has like a little bead of sweat pouring down from its head, and looks like there's some waves coming to like take it out. But Umamoto has been doing cards since the Versus set and has done 166 cards. And most cards feature vibrant colors, sharp edgings, kind of like, I don't know, just very bold and defined swooping art, which is really cool. A lot of the shiny Pokemon from the Shining Fates vault were done by Umamoto, so that's pretty cool. But this Diglett is really cute. It just looks like he's about to get wiped out by the waves, and he's kind of stressed out about it. So
yeah, cool. And then if you think his nose is a mouth, it looks even funnier.
He's like, ah!
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. All right, this next one is Diglett from
Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Team Go Rocket?
Team Rocket.
Oh, can we please? That needs to be the next Pokemon Go set.
Pokemon Team Go Rocket set?
Team Go, yeah, cool. Team Go Rocket. That would be so sick. And then it's just a bunch of shadow Pokemon.
Ooh, that's the subset.
I'm just saying.
So this Diglett from Team Rocket is really cool. Sumiyoshi Kazuki is the illustrator. The design is fun. It's abstract. I honestly have no clue what's going on in the
It
card?
looks like it's a Gigantamax Diglett, because like there's a car that just looks like it's flying. It looks like it's
maybe
coming out of the ground.
bursted out of the ground, took out the car.
It took out the car. It knocked over a building. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But it also looks like it's done like in crayon. I don't know. It just looks like a kid's drawing almost, but really, really funky. Bold colors, stylized approach, just very unique. Kazuki's done 219 cards. Most recently, the Pokemon Go set, Kazuki did a bunch. And Kazuki's also worked on some of the spin-off video games like Pokemon Puzzle League, which I know a lot of people are back on that Puzzle League grind since it came to Switch, which is really cool. That game was one of my favorites. So I always like when the illustrators kind of cross mediums, and sometimes they work on like the books or the manga and the cards, or the cards and the video games, or the strategy guides and the video games, whatever it may be. It's always cool to see that. All right, next card up is going to be Diglett from Generations, and this one's definitely the most unique in my opinion out of all of them. Tomokazu Komiya is the artist. We've talked about Komiya before. Definitely an OG of Pokemon card design, going all the way back to Pokemon Tales, like I was saying before. The first cards that Komiya did were Neo Genesis, and I always thought this was interesting, and they talk about this in the Bulbapedia description for Komiya. It says that the artist uses a style that's influenced heavily by primitivism, which is an aesthetic that's unique and can resemble crude tribal styles of art. And a lot of the designs look like they were done in like colored pencil or charcoal, or I don't know, just like really drawn
That's
or
really
sketched.
cool.
But this one, like the Diglett is like poking out of the ground, but it's surrounded by
like
flowers.
The city.
Yeah, like it's
because you can see a skyscraper in the background, and there's a very, 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 very close up shot of Diglett in the flowers.
But the style is unique. Like it's very stylized. Like it's I don't know. And even the proportions of Diglett's nose aren't normally what you'd expect from Diglett, so it almost
just seems
gives
pretty wide.
Yeah, like it almost gives like the effect of like a fisheye lens, like where it's like some of the features are kind of distorted. But very, very cool design. I do like that the building is in the back, because it does seem a little out of place because there's all these
it gives you
like,
some
flowers.
perspective.
Yep. Super, super cool. This one might take the cake for my favorite. And then our final card that we're going to be looking at is Alolan Diglett from Ultra Prism, so something a little bit more recent. This is Nayo Kimura. And Kimura, this was a really cool fact. Kimura did the Southern Islands cards. Do you remember that set?
Oh, yep.
With the binder?
Yes.
Very, very cool. And since then has done over 200 cards, 230 cards to be exact, which is really neat. And another artist here that has been working since Tales, so from the manga back in the day. And Kimura has been like a fixture in Pokemon design. Highly detailed composition, soft color palettes, easily distinguishable art. Like it's just really easy to tell that these cards are designed by this artist. And they actually did two different Diglett cards in Ultra Prism, the promo and the standard one. So pretty cool to see the variations so you can get two different looks. But in this card, you just have like a very traditional look for Diglett, the Alolan Diglett, but you see like it's on the side of a mountain. The sunset is going down below the horizon line of the mountain. And I don't know. This one, more than any of the others, makes me look at Diglett's nose as a mouth. And it's just like, he's just like, blah. That's the sound I see when I look at this card. Blah. But Alolan Diglett's always cool. You have like the iron ore-ish style, dirt that it's busting up from, couple little hairs up on top. Very cool design card. I love the way it looks over the steel-colored backing, the steel-colored kind of gray of the card itself. I just think the palette works really well with that color. But looking at the four of these cards, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite. Which one's your favorite here?
My favorite would have to be. I like the Rocket one the best, to be honest.
I'm going Crystal Guardians. I just think it's the silliest. The Rocket one though is really damn. They're all so good. They're all so good.
Honorable mention: the Diglett from Skyridge.
But yeah,
it literally looks like a bird poking its head out of the ground.
Check out PokemonProfessor.com. Make sure you take a look at these online. Let us know which one's your favorite, because these are some really, really cool ones. All right, Adam, we got some TCG live stuff. I guess we could start with
the beta review.
The beta kind of notice they put out. They put this out probably about a week and a half ago already. And I guess I'll just read through it, and then you can kind of talk about the Limitless feedback. But the actual beta letter regarding the beta that came out on tcg.pokemon.com, it says, today we're excited to share more news and updates about changes coming this year to Pokemon TCG Live. In August, we shared a survey with everyone who played the TCG Live beta to help us in our ongoing efforts to better understand player impressions of the game's current state. And as we know, hadn't been good up to that point. Today, we'd like to provide insight into some more common themes you shared with us as part of that survey. Players liked crafting daily quests and Battle Pass content. Players found the gameplay to be strategic and clear. Matchmaking was too slow, and some players experienced numerous bugs within matchmaking. Players disliked the pace of receiving progression rewards and the difficulty of finding cards in their collection. So a lot of this stuff is going to happen whenever you're going to a new interface. You got to work through stuff like this. And also, players dislike the art style, including elements like avatars, board design, and overall UI. So, Adam, you talked about this, how you did not like the style of the characters.
Yes.
They looked weird, too stylized. And if Pokemon was, like, if this was a new game and this was just like a new IP, it would be fine. But we never saw stylized avatars like this before in Pokemon. So I think that's why they looked so out of place. But they say, we'd like to thank everyone. Here are some actual images of updates that they showed. They put some videos together about the new board layout. But what they're showing here is desktop footage, desktop stuff where you're looking in the horizontal format. So if you're playing on a PC, I'm still very concerned with vertical gameplay, because I have a feeling that's going to be the most common way for us to play this game. Is going to be
Listen,
on the
I just
phone.
wish it was available. That's all.
It's
anything at this point, as far as like for my phone, just give me anything.
Yeah, but they say the feedback we've received and continued to receive from all of you has been an integral part of helping create a better game experience for all the players. We can't wait to share more about what we're working on next. So they shared an update in May. They shared an update in August. Now they're sharing an update in October. When will this come out? I believe it was supposed to be last November, right? I think it was originally
something like that. Yep.
So it doesn't necessarily look like they're even going to meet a year late. They could be longer than a year late based on their original estimation. But C for communication. They are communicating with us. That's always good. Just not the info we want to hear. Like, hey, it's available now everywhere. But they did expand the beta to Germany. Adam, if you want to jump over to Limitless TCG, and of course we'll put the link in the description so you can check it out. But we have a hot take. Now, since this came out, and this has already been out, this beta update from Limitless, it's been out for almost 2 weeks. So it's a little bit dated at this point. But however, there has been some other improvements I've already seen people talking about online regarding TCG Live. So just be aware when we're talking about this review here that Limitless did, it's from the end of September, early October. So Adam, you want to kind of run through what you see here?
Yeah, so he writes, he's played like 60 games total of Live. This is coming from Robin Schultz. Gameplay, the most important part of the online simulator is the gameplay. So let's talk about this first, but that's one of the things that they already upgraded, and they've shown us that.
Yep.
Visually, the game board looks quite unimpressive. Gets the job done, but compared to other online card games, I think most people would agree that it looks rather lifeless.
I agree with this 100%. Like when you look at like Hearthstone's board, it looks much more alive, much more like living. This really looks kind of boilerplate.
Yeah, like even if it was like a Pokemon Stadium, like it would feel better than just a plain red and blue. Like,
yeah,
hey,
it feels just like a generic playmat.
yes. Like even giving players like the ability to customize that would be really nice.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Because I know that I'm sure other games do it. Like I can change my banner on other games that I play, and it's like, why can't I change this? You know, so I could have a fire animation in the back or a fire with my fire deck. You know.
Yep.
Just something like that. Goes on just talking about the economy. The game's next most important aspect and its biggest difference compared to PTCGO is in the game economy. That is how to obtain new cards. The change from trading to crafting is very controversial one within the community, so I wanted to take a close look into what it takes to build a deck in PTCGL. There's 2 in-game currencies for acquiring new cards, crystals and credits. Crystals can be used to buy packs and other products in the game, while credits can be traded in directly for specific cards.
I still don't understand the economy yet. Yeah, with carrying over from TCGO.
With the price depending on the rarity. So if you want a really nice flex deck, it's going to be expensive.
But with in-game currency, not with dollars and cents. Yeah.
By completing a short daily quest, we receive 60 crystals, so the possible monthly income is 1,800 crystals. The best deal in the shop is a bundle of 6 packs and 350 credits for 1,120 crystals. That means that by playing daily and buying the bundle when possible, we receive an average of about 10 packs and 560 credits per month.
It's not a lot.
That feels lacking.
Well, if you think of the ladder of TCGO, I don't know. I just think
I could just keep going.
You just get rewarded more frequently, I think.
But besides the daily quests, there's a battle pass with every main expansion. It is reminiscent of PTCGO versus ladder, but much longer. It is split into a regular and premium part. The latter one costing 600 crystals to unlock. However, the premium pass includes 540 crystals on its way to completion, essentially paying for itself. So I'll include it with the regular one for further calculations. The pass is split into 50 tiers, all of them requiring 1,000 battle pass points to unlock. A win on the ladder contributes on average only 100 points. So that's about 10 games.
Yep.
But the daily quests also help in unlocking new tiers. So it seems realistic to finish the battle pass within the 3 months that it's active.
See, that to me is backwards logic. You want to have an achievable goal for your players. Like, it's a feel bad moment, I think, if you're, if the battle pass mirrors the product release, so you're having the 3 months to complete the battle pass, and it's not like really a small amount of people, the elite of the elite, will complete it and everyone else will not. I don't know if that's a good thing. How do you incentivize people to want to give it another shot the next time around? Like, if they get so discouraged that they can't complete it. I don't know. But again, they're still in beta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot. He goes on to talk about the solutions, all the stuff.
Is Germany a big market for TCG?
I believe it got, like, it's one of the newer areas or regions that Pokemon TCG has moved into. Because I know that when I was working, no. Yeah, I think it's one of the newer ones.
No, it's one of those things where I just really want to get my hands on this. I really want to try it, and it's great that they're cleaning up the interface of the horizontal gameplay, the computer screen stuff, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be playing this game the most on the phone, and Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh on the phone looks good. They better have this thing dialed in on the phone, because that's how I'm going to be playing it. Totally.
All right, Ken. What do you say we take a break real quick, and then when we come back, we'll talk about Pokemon Center new releases and the Paradigm Trigger preview.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
All right, trainers. We'll be back right after this. And we are back. Ken, are you hydrated? All right, we'll get through some housekeeping real quick. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord. We hope to see you there. I want to give a huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Austin Zard, Hale the Counselor, Grant, Jamal, Mythical Hitch, Sue, The Cole, and Big Zao Minus. And a huge, huge, huge thank you to our executive producer, Tish Smith. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us reviews. All right, Ken, are you ready?
I mean, I'm not ready to spend money, but I'm ready to talk about spending money. Oh, what's coming out? What do we got? What do we got here? Tell me, where Silver Tempest? It's already coming.
Yeah, Silver Tempest is coming. Let me just.
Well, they originally had taken down the Silver Tempest, like ETBs and the booster boxes and all that stuff, but as of right now, it looks like the pre-order for the ETB, the Pokemon Center ETB, is back up. So,
yeah, it's that, the booster box, the build and battle box, and the single blister packs are up.
Are they?
Yep. I just clicked.
Yeah, they
Silver
are.
Tempest, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They're back up. Go get them. Go get them.
Get them while you can.
But, I mean, do we know when the next rotation is? Like, weren't we talking about this recently? Like, isn't it coming in after this set when we move to Scarlet Violet? It's got to be November, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't. So this is the last hurrah for Sword and Shield, right? Is it?
I think so.
I think so. No, it's got to be, because it's got to be Scarlet Violet after this. Because if this is, what's the release date on this? This is mid-November. Yeah, so Scarlet and Violet has to be after this. So
well, we've got the Paradigm Trigger coming, and then it will be Scarlet Violet.
Oh yeah, Paradigm Trigger.
Yeah, we'll get the Scarlet and Violet promos and stuff like that first. Then we'll actually get the set.
Yeah, because Paradigm Trigger is coming out this month in Japan, and what are we typically, like 30 to 60 days behind Japan?
Yes, yeah.
Wow. All right, so we're going to have Scarlet and Violet, the video game, in our hands well before the cards.
Yes.
Interesting. And, well, that's kind of cool, because then
they'll
we can learn probably
do what they did with the Zacian and Zamazenta, and they'll give us like the basic and the big giant card.
That's right. That's it. That is how they roll that out. That's right. All right. Well, we got some stuff on PokemonCenter.com.
There's tons of holiday stuff, so definitely check it out, because I'll have to look at it as well and see if I see any cheeky Delibird appearances.
Have you? Do you have Costco's by you?
I don't. I have a BJ's.
So there's been just as a little pro tip, if you got a Costco, just check it out, because there's been some funky bundles where they're either bundling a tin and an ETB, or multiple tins together with really good value, $40 for an ETB and a tin, something like that. I haven't been able to find any of my local Costco's, but I have seen them all over online. So take a look at Costco if you have it. But talk to me about Paradigm Trigger. So now we don't necessarily see like a one-to-one of the Japan set, right? Like sometimes we'll get cards from one set mixed with cards of another set to build the US set, right?
Yep.
So the release that we have here, this is from PokemonBlog.com, again, unofficial site. But they show a bunch of cards here that I really hope they all make it to the US set because these are awesome. But we see a Lugia V-Star.
Like typically if we don't see it in the set, we'll see it as like a
promo?
A particular promo. Yeah. Kind of like how the Zeraora VMAX and V-Star were.
All right. Well, obviously there's translations here, but we're seeing Lugia V-Star. We see Archon. We see some fossil stuff going on. We see Unknown V-Star, which is pretty cool and different.
And I like that it's Unknown V.
Oh, I
think that's like the best part.
That's funny.
Why does the V get the V-Star?
It spells V-Star. There's 5 unknown. It spells out V-Star on the card. Phenomenal. I just noticed that. That's brilliant. All right. Quality.
That is brilliant.
Quality stuff right there. Yeah, that's really good. Elgem is in there. They show a Medicham.
Medicham looks pretty funny.
Yeah, lots of really, really good looking art here. But any of these V-Stars jump out at you as far as the translations?
It's not the V-Star that gets me. I mean, the Lugia is going to be insane, but there's 2 new types of tools that can use V-Star powers. And I'm very excited for these.
Okay.
The Forest Sealing Stone can be used with the V-Star power characteristics, Star Alchemy. You can add 1 card of your choice from your deck, so you can use it effectively in any situation, such as Pokemon, trainers, and energy. So basically, you attach this to your Pokemon, you use the ability, and it literally uses that as its ability. Search for any 1 card. So It's an Arceus, but you don't have to have an Arceus. And then there's another one, Star Gravity. You can put damage counters on all of the opponent's Pokemon V so that their HP becomes 100.
Wow.
Since it can be used with 3 colorless energy, it's easy to combine with any Pokemon.
So wait, this is a trainer card.
Yeah, so it's like a TM machine.
Yeah.
Like a tool that the Rapid Strike and Single Strike Pokemon have tools that do this.
But that require energy.
Yes, require energy.
Interesting.
But this is cool because you can put 100, whatever. If they get a VMAX, you're like, well, I'll put 220 damage on that. You've got 3 VMAXs out. You've got 3 Kyurems. Let me just put them all down to 1-shot range, which is cool. I like that idea. I don't know how it will work in practice, but definitely something to think about.
I think it's funny that there's a card that has Dedenne and Pikachu on it.
That is cool, but it's Pikachu, and it's got Togedemaru, so I'm more excited about the Togedemaru.
Oh, there is a Togedemaru on there, too. It's so funny. Cute.
Yeah, but this set looks to be pretty cool. Looks like we got a Regidrago and Regieleki.
You see if there's a release date on this yet for the U.S. And is it definitely going to be called Paradigm Trigger in the U.S.?
I'm not sure. That's just the translation that's on this website.
Let's see
PokemonBlog.com.
So looks like all right. So the full set list has been released, and I don't think. Okay, many of the cards coming in the set will be included in Silver Tempest. Interesting. So does that mean we're getting the Lugia V-Star in Silver Tempest? Oh, probably. Japan, you make things so difficult. Yo, let me tell you, the alt art Lugia V, sick. Looks absolutely awesome.
Oh, wow. Alakazam Radiant, Painful
All right, so
Spoons.
check out the link in the descriptions. Let us know what you think of these cards. We'll have to play it by ear when Silver Tempest really comes out so we can see exactly what we're getting in the set. But the overload of cards is great. I think this is going to be fun for the competitive season because we're seeing cards that come out in the current set and they make an immediate impact in the meta. So I'm sure Silver Tempest will be the same, especially if we're going to see some of these big hitters or maybe even the Lugia V-Star coming in Silver Tempest. This could be a lot of fun. Could be really, really cool. I am definitely game. I might have to pre-order this Silver Tempest ETB. I got to get my hands on one.
You gotta.
Yep. But Adam, I think that's it.
I think that's it as well.
We did it!
We did it. It's another show in the books. Let's go. All right. Is that it?
It is.
Is that it?
Yep. Yeah, it truly is.
All right. Shoot us an email, specialconditions@pokemonprofessor.com. Leave us a voicemail, text, send us pictures, 732-835-8639. And remember, trainers, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.